Hi, my name is Muhammad Nazil Iqdami, and here I would like to present my research proposal with the title Developing e-Portfolios to Enhance Students' Self-Regulated Learning, a case study in Indonesia's higher education institutions. So, let's get started from the purpose of the study. The purpose of the study is to investigate the implementation of e-portfolios as an effort to support self-regulated learning in developing countries, especially in higher education institutions in Indonesia. To give you the idea what e-portfolios are or what self-regulated learning is, here are the definition of its key term. According to some experts, e-portfolios are artifacts consisting of academic records, essays, project reports, assignments, audio and video files, assessment, and related contents demonstrating knowledge, skills, and values that include learning goals, reflections or exegesis, and deep learning. While at the same time, some experts such as Butler and Wine, and Perry and Zimmerman explain that self-regulated learning is learning that is guided by metacognition, or thinking about one's thinking, strategic action, or planning, monitoring, and evaluating personal progress against a standard, and motivation to learn. So, what are actually the backgrounds that bring me to this idea of conducting this research? The first one is because since the beginning of this millennium, e-portfolios have gained attention of many educators, educational designers, and practitioners. And most of them suggest a positive experience and impression of e-portfolios implementation across various contexts of learning, such as in elementary school, in high schools, in higher education institutions, and also in professional development. The next one is because e-portfolios strongly support the idea of self-regulated learning. And the last one, because research on e-portfolios is mostly done in developed countries. Therefore, more research opportunity is needed within the context of developing countries, like in Indonesia. So, what are the research questions that I seek for the answers? The first one is, to what extent do e-portfolios support student self-regulated learning in higher education institutions in Indonesia? The next one is, what are facilitating factors of e-portfolios that contribute to the success of self-regulated learning in higher education institutions in Indonesia? If there are facilitating factors, there should be inhibiting factors. That's exactly what question number 3 is, which is, what are inhibiting factors of the implementation of e-portfolios in higher education institutions in Indonesia? So, by doing this study or this research, I really hoped that it will give significance to Indonesia, to developing countries, especially Indonesia, by first, introducing self-regulated learning to students in developing countries. I believe that the idea of self-regulated learning has been very popular in developed countries, such as in the United States, but I'm not sure if this idea of self-regulated learning is very popular in developing countries, especially in Indonesia. And then the next one is introducing e-portfolios to students in developing countries, the same reason as the first one. And then the next one is providing students with a hands-on experience in using digital technology to support learning. And the last one, and then the most important one, is to empower students-centered learning. Continuing my presentation, here we are in literature review. The first paper is from Huang, 2012. They found out that e-portfolios have a positive effect on improving metacognitive strategies and enjoyment. However, unfamiliarity in using e-portfolios will be a barrier to academic performance and also time consuming. The next paper is from Mayer 2011. They developed an e-portfolio system called ePearl for elementary students in Canada. The system significantly improves students' active learning, critical thinking, independency, and self-regulated learning. However, technical infrastructure, consistent access, and commitment of the teachers are the major constraints. The next paper is from Han. He found out that e-portfolios can result in the creation of a competitive learning community. Raja Harun and G in 2012 used e-portfolios to moderate teaching and learning in activities in an English as a second language class. They found out that both students and lecturers have positive perspectives on the learning opportunities provided through the use of e-portfolios. However, the challenge is not the technical aspect but the construction of knowledge and making meaning out of the engagement process. The next paper is from Chang. The construction of goal-setting mechanism in a web-based portfolio assessment system in a vocational high school context. The learning goals with WBPAS demonstrate better self-regulated learning than with paper-based portfolio. The next one is from Ikaterini and Fotini in 2010. They use e-portfolios integrated for personal and professional development. They found out that e-portfolios significantly enhance self-regulated learning, academic and professional skills. However, the limitation of the study, it was the small number of the participants. Continuing, the literature review is from Ziegler and Moeller. They use the e-portfolio system called LinguaFolio, a portfolio-based formative assessment to teach foreign language classrooms. Scaffolding self-regulatory process is the key to the LinguaFolio success. However, the main challenge is the use of LinguaFolio into everyday classroom exercises. The next one is from Awad and Noval El-Salti. They found out that e-portfolios to develop reflective thinking and self-directed learning readiness of college students. The research uses ANCOVA but does not explicitly explain the covariate. The next one is Philip C. Abrami. They use, similar to Mayer, they use ePearl to promote self-regulated learning and enhance core competencies. An extensive research involving elementary teachers and students across Quebec, Canada. However, need a change in teaching strategies and inconsistencies are the main problems. And the last one is from Cheng Chao. High-order cognitive skills, metacognitive control strategies, and collaborative learning strategies are positively correlated with the e-portfolio achievement of participants. Now, let's move to the research design of my study. It's going to be using educational design research as the methodological framework. And also, it's going to use mixed method with a case study as the research approach. Participants. The participants of my study will be, the population first is the university students in Indonesia. More specifically, for the sample is the students of Salatiga State Institute of Islamic Studies, which is my former university, my former undergraduate university. Methods and data collection. I will be using quantitative analysis by using questionnaire and post records such as pre-test and post-test. And also I'm going to use qualitative analysis, which I'm going to do observations, interviews, and audiovisual materials to collect my data. And here are some references that I have compiled to support my research. And I thank you very much for listening to my presentation. Hopefully you all have a good day. Thank you.